we're going to hear a few stories from some of the students that went to Hume Lake and just hear what God did in them and through them. So I've actually already picked the students. So we'll Eric Arellano, Eric Blaze, Isaiah Baviara, Caitlin Hobart, Chloe Catalano, and Kendall, don't remember your last name. Newman! There we go. Interview some of our students up here and ask them about their experience. These 5 students that you see up here just kind of stood out to me during the week as individuals, me or their counselor, as individuals that had just an incredible experience. So I'm going to ask them 3 questions. What was their favorite part of Hume? What did God teach them? And what does that look like for you moving forward? If you guys have already prepared something that doesn't fit into those questions, great, just go for it. But I'd like to start with those questions. So, Coley, you are lucky enough to be first. So, what was your favorite part of camp? What's your favorite part of camp? What did God teach you? And what does that mean for you moving forward? If you wanna go somewhere else with it too, you can do that.
So my favorite part of camp was, well, there were a lot of funny things that happened, but it wasn't one of those. It was on Wednesday morning, and all of us got to choose 2, I think they're called sermons to go to, and I chose 2 sermons to go to. And the second one was taught by this guy named Marco. And I didn't expect his message to blow me apart, but it did. And after his message, I pretty much learned how to say Jesus, how to really say Jesus and claim it as my own. And so to go with the series this week, I'm going to say I am Jesus. And that really means a lot to me. So that was my favorite part of camp.
Cool. What did God teach you through that?
Can I do another?
Yeah.
So what I've learned from camp actually happened this morning. And I was having a really hard morning because I woke up and I have a rash in my armpit and it has spread down to my leg. And it's just really painful. It's not painful, it's just really annoying, and I don't like it at all, and it makes me really upset to think about it. And I also have this huge back cramp, and I'm still sick, and I just don't feel like I have enough energy, and I just feel like down in the dumps kind of thing. And so then I came to church late this morning, and I picked up my friend Bree, and as we were driving, I was just not having it. I was just really grumpy and just really upset. And then as we were walking to church this morning, I was like, Bree, I just don't feel it. I feel so drained. I feel so weak. I don't have any joy. I don't have any peace. I just feel so empty. And then she just she just stood there and she held up the sign, which isn't even mine. I have to bring it back today because it's not mine. But she just held us up completely silent. And this is what it means to me. And it says, weakness is strength. And to me, that was kind of like a miracle, because I was weak, and God right there just showed me, without any words, with just this sign that wasn't even mine to begin with, that weakness is strength. And after that moment, I was just thank you, God. And I think God taught me that I can't do things alone. I think at Hume, I really tried to do things alone a lot, and I tried to I just really wanted to be alone when I did my struggles. But with the I am Jesus thing and with this morning, I really learned now what it means to know that I'm not alone in anything I do.
I think for me, I appreciate the most your vulnerability with all that, and I'm glad you're here, sure. So do you have anything else you want to add, or is that good? Good.
Oh, and Steve Sanderson, you made me cry when you did your gauntlet thing. Thank you for that.
I love you. We'll show that. C, for sure. All right, Eric Blaze is a senior at, what school are you going to?
Granada.
Coley is also a senior, and she's going to Amarillo Valley. All right, Eric, go for it, dude.
So I think my favorite parts of camp, the activities we did, I really had a lot of fun with volleyball because I found that you could meet people really easy that way. And we get our teams separated and we like get really into it, and I just met so many people and we had a lot of fun with it. But I also loved the Ultimate Frisbee Tournament. Yeah, I was on the team with TJ and Austin and Nate, and there's a couple other people, a couple other girls. Paige and Courtney. They go to Cornerstone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we ended up winning the whole thing, and it was just a blast, and we had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed kayaking, which I did 3 times, and I also really loved paintball.
So, how many of you guys played paintball last week? Did any of you shoot TJ in the face? Because that's what I would have done. Just throwing it out there. Love you, TJ. Don't blow me a kiss ever again. Eric, what did God teach you through camp?
Most of what I learned this week was about committing yourself to God 100%. I learned that you really have to give up your heart and take on His, and you have to put Him at number 1. You can't have your family come first, you can't have your friends come first, your possessions, how you look. He has to be first in your life. There's a difference between knowing about God and knowing Him. There's a difference between going to church on Sundays and maybe Wednesdays for youth group and having Him influence your life every single day. That's mostly what I really learned.
That's great. What does that mean for you moving forward?
For me, I had been a follower of Jesus Christ, and I went to church all the time, and I prayed, but I just haven't had the relationship with Him that I used to. So this week, I really rededicated myself, and I figured that mostly what that means for me is I haven't been reading the Bible enough. And I really want to read the Bible, and I want to know Jesus Christ, and I want to read the Bible so that I can evangelize better. I want to go on missions. I want to help my community. I want to bring more people to Christ and to help the people that are already here. And I want to be all in for God.
So, Kendall, talk to us about camp.
Okay, my favorite part, I have like 2. My first one was free time. Like I got to hang out with all my friends, and I met a lot of different people during free time. I got to sit with people and just hang out and have a good time. And the other one, it wasn't really my favorite part, but it was a funny story, is I went bodyboarding, and that is the worst experience I've ever had in my life. I got like rashes all down my arm, like chafing because I always had to stick the board. And I actually
change the theme to rash.
Yeah, I got stuck in the middle of the lake because I couldn't paddle anymore because I was so tired because I paddled there and I was already coming halfway back. And so this guy, his family was trying to like push his boat. And so I was like, can I help you guys because I'm super tired? And so they put the boat on the top and I just started kicking with their mom and like one of her daughters and just like pushing their boat towards the shore. And by the end of it, I was already we'd all stopped pushing because they finally got the oars to work, and I was like halfway, almost there in front of them, and one of the guys from the boat just gets on my bodyboard and starts paddling, and so he helped me paddle all the way back. It was really cool and really nice, and I was super tired, and it hurt, and I forgot to put sunscreen on the back of my legs, so the back of my legs got burned, and then that's one of my favorite parts, and then I learned that I was having a hard time. My dad, he was getting kind of iffy with me. I didn't spend enough time with him anymore. And he's got 3 kids now, so it's kind of hard. And so they played this song, Lead Me to the Cross, one night. And I was sitting there and I was like, this song is kind of getting to me. And so I sat there and I listened to it and I kind of put my hands up and I listened. And God kind of told me that if I don't have my dad, I have another dad. I have another family.
forgiveness. And so it's helping me now to like forgive him and to know that if he's got 3 kids, he can't spend a lot of time with me. So it's good to know that and to go to his house and spend the time that I do have with him and also with my 3 brothers. So it's good.
Wait, what's cool? What's cool, yeah?
Amador.
Okay, cool. Wait, let me say one thing real quick before we go back. Just so you guys know, one of the important parts about what Kate just said was when Dre called her out. That's what we call accountability, is being there for one another as a community. And when you share something, it's our responsibility as a community to make sure that we're moving forward in the right direction with one another. So let's trust each other and let's be okay with calling each other out on some of the things that we're going through. Because I don't think Kate would be sitting up here right now talking about her experience if she didn't have a good friend that called her out on some of the things she was going through. So that's a very important part of being in community with one another. So, sorry, Eric. Eric is a freshman going into Amador Valley.
Yeah.
I also call him Easy E, so that's his nickname.
One of my favorite things is probably boating with all my friends because we made it all the way to the end of the lake. And that was really fun. And then the other was going on the screamer high ropes, especially because I have a massive fear of heights, and that was really fun. Probably the biggest thing that I learned was during one of the seminars on Wednesday. The speaker, Megan, she asked us if we know God or if we actually know about God. And all my life I've grown up knowing about God. I was born into a Christian family, went to Christian school, and that really made me think if I actually know God, because I know a ton about him. So, and then one of the things also that I learned is to read my Bible every day. I've been trying to do that, but it's so important. And for now on, I'm going to try and read my Bible every day and actually have a relationship with Jesus and ask him about everything.
So one of the coolest parts about one of the freshman cabins that we had this week is that 3 of them, and as a high school ministry now, we're going to get to know a lot about this. There's 3 of you guys, right, that were in that cabin?
Yeah.
That started a nonprofit when they were in junior high called Just Dig It, that digs wells in Ghana to give people fresh water. So yeah, we can give it up for that. That's something we're going to rally around as a ministry, and we're going to be a part of, and we're going to support them as they lead us in that area in our ministry. Eric, what did camp teach you this week about just what you're doing? I know you're going to Ghana this summer, right? To see kind of some of the stuff you've done. Did God speak anything into your heart during that time about what you're doing, or is there anything new that you're thinking about at all?
I felt more called to missions, and then also one of the missionaries talked about looking at your passions and using that for God, and I'm trying to think about how I can do that to glorify God.
That's awesome. Can we give it up for Eric? Can we give it up for all of them real quick?